Hi everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the SCU show. I'm your host SCU, episode number 42 coming your way right now. Whether you're watching us on YouTube, watching one of our segments, or you're listening to us on iHeartRadio, on Stitcher, Spreaker, Podbean, Castbox, wherever you get your podcasts, or on i95sportsnetwork.com, we do appreciate you checking us out as always. It's going to be a kind of short show this week. Sports are slowly coming back, and that's a good thing. But really, topics, they're there, but like I've said before, I kind of want to just spread topics out a little bit. And by the way, I'm not wearing glasses because I'm tired of the glare. The glare really just ruins everything for me, so I'm not even going to go without my glasses today. I can still see my scripts. I am farsighted, so I can see near, I can't see far. I have my notes right here. So let's get started. I'm going to start with this. Kyrie Irving was on a call with general managers and players and whoever else, and he suggested we should cancel the 2020 NBA season. This is not the time to be playing, and this and that and the third. And I was just like, why is this man expressing his opinion when he shouldn't even have one? Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have one about the whole social injustice thing. Absolutely. Everybody should have an opinion on that. And I give mine. But Kyrie saying that the NBA shouldn't play this year, it's just ridiculous, honestly. First of all, Kyrie's not even playing. That's the big thing. He's not even going to play the rest of this season. Why does it matter to you whether or not this season continues if you're not even going to play? What does it matter? That's what threw me off, really, the big thing. That's like, if you have a job and you have serving customers at your job, and they're trying to tell you how you're supposed to be doing your job. Dude, this is my job. Your opinion is irrelevant. It's kind of the same thing with Kyrie. Your opinion, Kyrie, is irrelevant because you're not even playing. So why should we? Obviously, the NBA is going to play. They have literally everything set up for them to play. But Kyrie still thinks the season should have been canceled, even though he wasn't going to play. If you don't like it, then stay out of it, Kyrie. Honestly, that's how I feel about it. You should not be expressing your opinion like that, especially when it doesn't matter because you're not even playing. That's that. Kyrie Irving, I do respect that you are putting it out there about the whole social injustice and racism thing, and you think it's not the right time to be playing. That's fine. But right now, the only thing you should really be worrying about when it comes to the NBA is being there for your team. That's it. The Nets are a playoff team, I believe, technically, as of right now. And you should just be there for your teammates as they look to get you and your team a championship. You shouldn't be worrying about, we should cancel the season. Your opinion is irrelevant because you're not even playing. And so it doesn't really matter what you think. Just be there for your team, and that's that. No other thing you need to say. You don't need to say anything else about it. Just be there for your team, and that's that. Ridiculous. I just can't. Before I get to the notes, I'm going to give a little story here. So this week, my friend Christian's birthday was Wednesday night. So me and my friends got together on a Wednesday night, and I don't know what happened, but we were trying to light his birthday candles, me and his father, and I was the idiot that thought, hey, let me do this. He lit the stove. I took a piece of paper and lit the paper. And of course that fire rose up to the point where I got this. If you can see that, I have a blister on my thumb because I burnt my finger. It hurt all night. So if you're going to light a birthday candle, don't get a piece of paper to light it. Just light the candle itself. That's the thing my friend Christian told me. I was like, he was like, why didn't you just light the candle? And I was like, yeah, I didn't even think about that. We were looking for a lighter. We couldn't find one. What are you going to do? But anyway, happy birthday, Christian. We are the same age for the next 5 weeks. That's it, He always likes to make fun of me about that. Well, we're the same age because, I'm a grade above him and everything. But anyway, I digress. Alright, now so I'm annoyed with the whole Kyrie thing. I didn't think he should be saying much about, the NBA not playing or playing or whatever. And then there's the MLB. Good golly almighty MLB. What the hell are you guys doing? Everyone's blaming Rob Manfred is at fault. I don't care who's at fault when it comes to baseball and what the hell's going on right now. Just figure it out. Seriously, this is ridiculous. The MLS, NWSL, the NHL, the NBA, even the WNBA, who is those who follow the sport, know they don't get paid. These players don't get paid much. They don't have a big salary cap like the NBA and the NFL do. Meanwhile, there's baseball over here with no salary cap, and the biggest problem seems to be money. In what world does this make sense? It's kind of like the same. It's like Kyrie saying that she cancels the season, even though he's not going to play. What is going on here with the MLB, MLBPA? I'm not going to blame Ron Rampart. Everybody's at fault here. The players, the union, the owners, whoever. Everybody's at fault here because obviously they're like a bunch of siblings. They just fight and fight and fight and try and figure things out, but they can't. And it's most of it, half of it anyway, is over money. And there's no salary cap in baseball, so what does it matter? Just pay the players their money. Play baseball. That's what everybody wants, is just to play baseball. You guys are fighting over money when there's no salary cap. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And at this point, there's like been 5 or 6 counter offers by each side and all this other nonsense. At this point, just cancel the season. Like, I'm so over it at this point. Just cancel the season. It's already almost July. We're halfway through June. Like, there's so many different things going on here. There was a report that, maybe they had figured things out at one point, and then obviously the MLBPA said, nope, that was false. That's a false report. Don't believe it. If you guys can't figure anything out, you don't deserve playing baseball this year. Come back next year, 2021, when hopefully there's no more virus, and let's play a regular season again. But as of right now, I would just cancel the season because it's all nonsense and drama over money in a no salary cap league. Stupid. So I'm not blaming Ron Manfred at all in this, but I'm blaming everybody on this. And if you guys can't figure anything out, then just cancel the season. I mean, that's the way I feel about it as of now. Just cancel the freaking season because I'm so tired of hearing about it. All right, let's get back into the NFL, which, by the way, still on track. There was a doctor yesterday that said, no, they should cancel football. They're probably not going to cancel football. Everything is working out. Obviously, Florida, you have COVID-19 everywhere, but you're going to have COVID-19 for a while now. It's not going to just go away just like that. But come September, things are going to be much more figured out, I guess would be the word. So I think we'll be fine. They're already talking about limiting the preseason, virtual meetings all off season so far. I think the NFL's figured it out. I think college football's figured it out too. There's one point where they're talking about playing football in the spring and in the fall. No, it's not to worry about. They'll figure it out. Football will be played in 2020. Everybody, calm down. Especially that doctor. But anyway, so we always talk about how the Cleveland Browns are such a dumpster fire, and how the Jaguars are. My Inside the Arena group knows what I'm talking about. Oh, the Jaguars are such a dumpster fire. The Browns are such a dumpster fire. The Raiders don't know what they're doing. There's one team we really don't talk about when it comes to that stuff, and that's the Jets. We don't talk about how big a dumpster fire the Jets are and have been for, let me do math really quick, almost over 50 years, 52 years about, since they last won Super Bowl III in 1968. 1969 they won the Super Bowl. They've been a dumpster fire ever since, pretty much. I mean, over the years you have so much going on. Like you had Bill Parcells, who had won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants, was fired as the coach of the Jets because he couldn't figure things out there. It's a mess. Bill Belichick, one of the greatest coaches of all time, if not the greatest coach of all time, he left. He was there one day, and then he left. He's won 6 Super Bowls since. And he has like 10 overall at this point. And now you look at what the Jets have now. I say this all the time. I don't understand the hype about Sam Darnold. I didn't when he was at USC. I thought he was a mediocre quarterback. I still think he's a mediocre. No, I'm not going to blame it all on him. Because the front office, the Jets, and the coaches, they really haven't helped them out. I mean, they just got rid of Robbie Anderson, who's their number 1. They don't have a number 1 now. So that's a problem. And now there's a report that Jamal Adams wants out, one of the top safeties in the NFL. He wants out of New York. We really don't talk about what a dumpster fire the Jets are. They're ruining themselves. And unlike the Dolphins, you see the Dolphins, they're rebuilding. They have 2. They got Austin Jackson, a tackle at a USC. They're working towards a rebuilding team. As for the Jets, they're just continuing to be at numbers so far, and this is going to be the 53rd consecutive season. They show us what crapshoot they really are. They're going to, and fans are going to be very upset, and I don't blame them. How are you going to... You want to give Sam Darnold all the help he can have so he can be a better quarterback, and then you trade away his number one receiver. And now his number one safety wants to be traded, and the Jets might just give him that trade. And obviously, they won't sign him. They should have signed him a long time ago. But, the Jets are going to be the Jets. And, everybody knows how the JETS goes. Just end the season. We still have a few months left till the season starts. For the Jets, yeah, it's kind of already over. It's a mess. Such a crapshoot down there. Up here in New York, whatever the case is. Okay, so final topic. Oh, good God, I am so tired of hearing about this. This is so annoying. Absolutely the most ridiculous thing. I keep hearing it over and over again. Carson Wentz is such a great quarterback, and he has one of the best coaches in the league, and this and that and this and that. I am so sick of hearing about Carson Wentz and how good he is. Yes, he won 5 national championships at North Dakota State. I'm not banging on that. That's cool. That's great. And I'm not trying to be anti-Carson Wentz. I'm really not. But there's way too much hype. It's really way too much hype with Carson Wentz. He is not as good a quarterback as everyone thinks he is. And I have the stats to prove it. 48 career regular season fumbles. That's got to be the most in the NFL among after quarterbacks at this point. Unless, maybe Cam Newton has more. He is 7-20 against teams over 500. 7-20 over teams over. He has 7 wins in 4 years over teams over 500. Oh, but he was almost MVP season. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and then he got hurt. And Nick Foles took them and won them a Super Bowl, their first Super Bowl title, while Carson Wentz rode the bench. That's the really big thing. It was like, oh, but Carson Wentz has a ring for being on the bench. Congratulations, Carson Wentz. Good God, it's so annoying. I kid you not. And chances were Carson Wentz has 18 chances to tie or win a game in the fourth quarter. He's 4-14. That's less than Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has 13 wins when it comes to that situation. Cam Newton has more. Jameis Winston has more. And yet we give Jameis Winston and Cam Newton and Ryan Fitzpatrick, we don't look at them as the same way as we look at Carson Wentz. What? Again, makes no sense. Meanwhile, since it was the last 30 games under Nick Foles for the Eagles, so I believe it's around 2013 maybe. 24-6 under Nick Foles. And let's look over this for Carson Wentz. First year, and a lot of people like to count rookie years and everything. I count rookie years because he played his rookie year. Didn't he play the whole season? They start 3-0, and it's like, oh, great, it's awesome. And the final 9 games, 14 interceptions. They finished 7-9, win 4 games in their last 9 games. That's great. MVP season, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he got hurt, and Nick Foles won them a Super Bowl. I said that already. It's, kind of the thing. Next year, 5-6 start. Gets hurt again. Nick Foles goes 6-1. And was an Alshon Jeffrey Butterfingers Saints interception away from taking the Eagles to the NFC Championship game, potentially, for the second consecutive season. So you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? Stop giving Carson Wentz the hype. I'll give him credit. Last year, the Cowboys spoon-fed him the division. They had it wrapped up. They were about to be 7-2 after the win over Detroit. And they went on to lose the next game. They were 6-2. They were going to be 7-2. They lost the next game. Eagles won the next game, and then that's just kind of how it went until week 16, I guess. And the Eagles finally beat the Cowboys, and then they ultimately took the division because of that. And meanwhile, Dak Prescott had all this stuff. There was no excuse. I do give Carson Wentz the credit for that, for taking the Eagles to the NFC East Championship last year. But now he lost his top guard in Brandon Brooks, who tore his Achilles. He's out for the year. And he has 3 rookie receivers, including Alshon Jeffrey, who I don't really care for, and Deshaun Jackson, who had like 2 touchdowns last year. That's your quarterback, Philadelphia. You want to keep giving him credit, go ahead. I'm just telling you, there's really no point to continue to do it at all. And with that, we are done. That's actually a much better show than I thought it would be. I have to give myself more credit. I'm obviously, that's a big thing when it comes to me. Because it comes to everybody. Everybody has to give themselves more credit when it comes to what they do. Because sometimes, I learned this in 2014 when I took a health class. Quality over quantity. These shows might be short, but damn are they good. And with that, we are done. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, whether you're listening or watching on YouTube. Watch our segments on our Facebook or Twitter pages. We are on Stitcher, Spreaker, Anchor, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts, except Apple, whatever it is now. I don't even know. Last time I had an Apple product, it was iTunes. It's not Apple iTunes, it was like Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Either way. Or, I forgot to mention, of course, i95sportsnetwork.com. Shout out to Bobby Garente for hosting us. Appreciate him. And that's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This has been another episode of the SCU Show.